A hantavirus outbreak is now drawing attention in Germany, with several German nationals connected to the MV Hondius being flown back for medical monitoring under special precautions. For more on this, let's cross to Thomas Sparrow, correspondent with our partners DW in Berlin. Good evening, Thomas. What do we know about these German nationals so far?
The ship, including one German national that died. The remaining German nationals have left the ship and have been repatriated to Germany. Some had to stay in a hospital in Frankfurt for medical checks, but basically they will be returning to their areas of origin, to the regions where they were originally from, where the local health services will be monitoring them on a daily basis. This is, by the way, part of the strategy that not only Germany has presented with its 8 members of the ship on board, but also other European nationals that were on board have also been repatriated to their own countries of origin. From that perspective, it's important to note that while the 8 Germans are being monitored closely from Germany, this is indeed a challenge that's not only German, it's a challenge that is above all also European.
And how are German authorities assessing the risk to the general public?
The risk is being assessed as low for the general public. That has to do with the way the hantavirus spreads. It's important to mention, however, that authorities have remarked that for those who are affected, so for those who do have the symptoms, for those who do have the hantavirus, the mortality rate can be comparatively high, around 40 to 50%. But in general, for the general public, authorities have said that the risk remains low. That has to do with the fact that the virus spreads differently to, for example, the coronavirus. So experts have also have also remarked that it's important not to make comparisons with the coronavirus outbreak. And specifically, although they have mentioned that it's important to remain informed, they have stressed that the particular concern remains for those that were either on the ship or that have had contacts on the ship, but not necessarily for the wider public here in Germany.
And how are the European countries reacting to this?
When you look at who was actually on that ship, so from what nationalities, you see many different nationalities. European countries are widely represented there, so Spain, France, the Netherlands, Germany, the United Kingdom, and around 70 European nationals were on board, and they have also been repatriated to their own countries of origin. Obviously, each country specifically has different health guidelines, but in general, obviously, people have to be isolated. They're being monitored closely, and from a European perspective, it's also important to stress that there's also an interest in coordinating health responses, especially as the situation continues to develop.
All right. Thank you so much, Thomas Sparrow, for joining us from Berlin and getting us the latest on this.